Scooby Doo Arabian Nights came out in the year 1994, and this particular Scooby Doo episode isn't a mystery episode at all. Out of thousands and thousands of episodes of Scooby Doo, this is not a mystery. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. So instead, they opt to use this episode as more of a dedication episode to the story of Aladdin, in which obviously Disney covered, which is clearly the best version out there. And this imitation of that story was like, it was decent. But we'll get into more of that later on. However, they also go over this other shit story in which I've never heard of before. That's why we're not going to go into it. So this happens because Shaggy and Scooby get into a little bit of bother from a guy named Khalif, who is angry at them because he ate all their food. Sort of like a Shaggy and Scooby thing, innit, really? And it's pretty lame, if you ask me, but, you know, let's get on to it. So what I liked about this shit show of a episode, in which we're going to get onto the shit just after this. So I liked the adaptation of Aladdin because it was the typical story of Aladdin. We all know it. It's sort of like Cinderella, and it's all fucking like Sleeping Beauty. We all know how it goes. We know it from front to back. You just deal with it, don't you? And same with like Snow White and shit. You know it front to back. You know how the story goes, except this one had a little bit of a twist. That's why I wanted to put it in the positives, in which is that the Yogi Bears were in it. And yeah, that was about the good things. So let's get on to the bad then. So, do you know what really grinds my gears about this episode? The one thing that really grinds my gears. The fact that Scooby Doo is meant to be a fucking mystery. There was no mystery here. What the fuck was this? An adventure. Okay, it's an adventure. Okay. However, they are, Shaggy and Scooby that is, aren't in much of the episode at all. So we're basically watching all these characters that I could not give a fuck about walking around doing like the Aladdin shit and this other story with the monkey and the banana and some other shit that happened in that one. That was fucking shit. And I was just a bit like, I've bought a Scooby Doo episode here and all I'm seeing is a shit adaptation of Aladdin, which I thought was alright, know what I mean, I've said that. But then you've got this other pile of shit. Instead of the normal mystery that Scooby Doo is known for, why did they soon just go, you know what? Change of jobs. We are not doing mysteries, lads. We are gonna do an adaptation. This ain't no fucking Family Guy episode. This ain't no Simpsons episode. You are meant to stick to your guidelines of a mystery episode. What the fuck were you thinking? Simple. So the second point I want to get on, which we've touched on a little bit, is the second thing that grinds my gears about this episode, in which is that Shaggy and Scooby are in like 10 to 15 minutes of the entire episode. And I just want to make sure on the box, and I quote, it says Scooby Doo in Arabian Nights. I did not see no Scooby Doo in no Arabian Nights because they were only in it 10 to 15 fucking minutes. What the fuck is that about? You know what I mean? If you're gonna go watch a Scooby Doo episode, how much of the episode are you wanting to necessarily see Shaggy and Scooby in? Let's say the normal episode's around an hour and a half, right? You're expecting to see them at least an hour or an hour and 10 minutes into the movie, not out of that an hour and I think it's about an hour episode or an hour and 20 minutes episode, are you gonna have Shaggy and Scooby in there for about 10 to 15 fucking minutes on an estimate? What the fuck is that about? You may as well have called it Arabian Nights. If it was called Arabian Nights, no problem. But if you call it Scooby Doo in Arabian Nights, what the fuck is that about? You may as well put Yogi Bears in Arabian Nights. It would have made more sense because I think they were in it more than Scooby Doo were. It's just, why? Why? And obviously this was before Scooby Doo got good, obviously. Because this, like the early 90s stuff, is fairly fucking gash. The late 90s stuff, that is top notch. But this, whew, let's get on to the summary, lads. So to summarise, this steaming bag of horse shit. And I don't even know why I'm reviewing it. Let me know in the comments why I'm reviewing this. Is it just because you guys want to see me have a rant at a fucking shit episode of Scooby Doo? Like, couldn't I have picked a different one? I guess not. So, I've rated this shite episode a 5.5 and a fucking disaster of an episode. And this never should happen again. Warner Brothers, what the fuck were you thinking? Don't do that again. Go back to your mysteries. Simple. So let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I've said in this video. If you fucking disagree with anything I've said, you fucking let me know, and you better come up with a good reason. Because honestly, the worst episode of Scooby Doo I've ever fucking seen. Well, feature film, whatever you want to fucking call it, movie, fucking, I've had enough. So, if you've enjoyed this video, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted to all the new content this channel creates. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.